Hello and welcome back to another Women and Girls segment on the Burko Show. Today I'm joined by Emma and Katie Brown, who are both involved in the women's game. Thanks a lot for both coming on. How are you today?
We're good, thank you.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. So if we can start with you, Emma, can you just tell us a little bit about how you first got into cricket and when you first started playing and being involved?
Yeah, of course. I haven't actually been playing as long as Katie. I've only been playing about three and a half seasons now. I got involved purely through taking Katie around the county, and she started at such a young age. I was, there week in, week out. Just got involved that way, started off doing the scoring, and then the ladies were short one week in the development fixture on a Wednesday. Said, do you want to give it a go? My sister was playing at the time as well, so I said, yeah, why not? Really enjoyed myself, and it's just carried on from there now, and I play every Wednesday and most Sundays.
That's brilliant. So Katie, can you tell us a little bit about how old you were when you started and how you first got into it then?
I was around 7 when I first started. I saw my auntie play a bit of cricket, and I joined in one of their games and I really enjoyed it, so I went down to our club, like under 7s quick cricket, and just really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and kind of moving on to now, how old are you now, and what cricket are you playing at the moment?
I'm 14. I play for the county under 15s. I play club cricket under 15s, and we have a all girls under 13s team that I captain, and then I play ladies as well.
Busy schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. And I guess to both of you, what is it that kind of makes you want to keep going back and keeps you involved in the sport?
For me, it's the enjoyment factor, and just seeing so many women take part, and the age range in which we have, especially at Frapston. I mean, on our ladies team alone, they range from like 14 up to 50, and the age gap isn't obvious. Everyone just gets on so well. It's the team and the connection and the involvement within the club, and the friendly atmosphere and enjoyment of it all, really, for me.
Like you said, with the ladies setup, it's something that aware of myself as well. How can you kind of pinpoint and explain to people? It's a really difficult question, but how can you kind of explain to someone looking in who maybe hasn't been involved that kind of, like you say, that team spirit and that atmosphere that's around?
The way I do it at Frapston, I've recently taken on the role of Women and Girls Coordinator, and I just encourage mums that perhaps like myself, you start off taking your kids and they're like, oh, I don't really understand the game, and so I just say, get involved, you soon understand it. And being lucky at Frapston, we have got such a massive women and girls setup that I think if you see them enjoying themselves and the connection in which they all have, it just makes it so much easier.
Obviously, Katie, you're playing kind of mixed cricket as well. How do you enjoy, and how do you feel playing in those sort of setups as well?
I think it's just because I played with most of these boys since under 7s. We've just all grown up together and just came closer as we've got older.
And it's obviously it's good for development as well, isn't it, to be with a wide range of people. So for anyone who like I say, is on the outside looking in, what would your message be to them if they wanted to get involved?
Never doubt yourself until you've tried it. Don't knock it until you've tried it. Go and have a go. Start off with these softball festivals. They're fantastic ways of doing them. Loads of clubs locally host them, and I'd say that's where to start for sure. But then there's all the other options nowadays as well. There's the midweek women's, which is a development league. There's the Super 8s on a Sunday. You don't have to dive in straight away and do the 40-50 over games 11 aside. Start off at softball, give it a go and work up from there.
And like you mentioned earlier as well, I think there's a lot of people that, not just women, a lot of people that look at cricket and think, oh, I don't understand that, I'm not going to try and understand it, it's too complicated. Yeah, and what would you say to them if they're wanting to get involved as well?
Get involved.
Get involved.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to get better or build your confidence is just watch the game, take it in. And I mean, for myself, it was as simple as just learning to score, which got me involved because it was at the pairs cricket, and you start off there, and even just doing small things like scoring or even watching the scorer helps you understand the game more. Yeah. And it's not as complicated as it looks once you get used to it.
Definitely not. And did you have to be kind of coerced into doing the scoring, or were you quite happy to volunteer?
At first it was a bit daunting because you never want to get it wrong, because obviously they don't like the stats to be wrong. But now I just volunteer, and I'm doing it at the under 13s, the under 15s. And you do, once you start doing it, you get very protective over your scorebook because you have to have it your way. I do. On one of these, it has to all be in pencil or all be in multicoloured pens for each bowler. But yeah, once you get used to it, again, that's easy. But it's the best way to understand the game for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just moving on to a little bit more to what's going on in professional women's cricket at the moment. Yeah, how is it for you, Katie, kind of being in that generation that's seeing those domestic contracts coming through, and you know that women are making a full-time living out of the sport now?
Yeah, you just got to like keep trying hard and work my way up to that level, hopefully. Yeah.
And is it just speaking from kind of my point of view of sort of 10 years ago when I was playing a lot, it was, you know, that wasn't there. Does it feel quite inspiring to have those role models to look up to and kind of that inspiration to aim for?
Yeah, when I have a bad game, like I get really down, so they'll just help like pick my head up and just move on.
Yeah. And yeah, from your point of view, Emma, how important is that for you to, you know, have a daughter that is doing something that you know, there's role models to look up to for?
Massively. And I think as a parent, you've just got to support and encourage them. I'm really chilled out. I'm not pressurizing. I think it's great that not only have the youngsters these days got the professional cricketers to look up to, but also playing, say, at Katie's age within a ladies' team with such a wide variety of cricketers who have had that county experience, or, you know, older ladies that have played for such a long time. She's also got those to look up to. You know, she looks up to me as a parent, not as a role model because she's better than me. But, you know, in county setup, she's got all those bigger, you know, the stilettos and the steelbacks, all the bigger professionals to look up to. And then in the club game as well, there's role models within the club as well, which really, really helps.
Yeah. All right, that's brilliant. Yeah, and just kind of obviously look into the future. What are your kind of hopes and aspirations for within the sport, Katie?
I'm probably just going to keep going as far as I can, really. Probably like county under 18s, and then hopefully, yeah, to the stilettos maybe.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and have you ever played much at school? Are there opportunities arising at school for you now? Or?
Not really. We don't have a cricket team at school, but I'm trying to get my teachers to set one up because there are quite a few cricketers at our school.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, that's brilliant. Yeah, well, I think that's everything, ladies. Yeah, it's really good to chat to you and hear your views on some of the stuff that's going on at the moment. And yeah, thanks a lot for coming on.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.